Okay, it's step 5. It's time for you to build an interview bucket list. What is that? Well, it's a list of targeted companies that you would like to work for. And we're looking for companies that meet 2 specific criteria. The first criteria is that you absolutely know they need your skill set. They hire for the kinds of work that you do. That's a very important thing, and that it's in demand, that they're looking for those individuals. Secondly, you want to make sure that that company does something that really impresses you. The product they make, the service they provide, the reason they're in business, you admire it, you respect it. And it's very important that you step back and ask yourself, how did I come to learn that what that company does is different, better, faster, cheaper, worth it? Why do I feel a connection to what they do? Because that's really at the heart of it. Employers hire employees who are as passionate about what they do as they are. They're going to bring you into their tribe and their family, and they want to know that you feel the love, that you like what they do. So what better way for you to attract an employer and really start the conversation off on a good foot than for you to be able to say, this is why I respect your company, this is why I admire your company, and talk about those reasons why what they do is important and valuable to their customers. This is going to show you did your homework and that you feel connected to them. That's important because that connection is going to need to be there when you eventually need to address the fact that you were fired from your last employer. Now, why do we create an interview bucket list? Well, when you're out there randomly applying to jobs, there's no cohesiveness. If you think of yourself, you're a business of one, and you need to sell that business of one. Really good salespeople don't just randomly sell all over the place. They figure out their target demographic. They figure out who they should be selling to, who most likely would buy what they're selling. And then they nurture that. They get to know those companies. They find people who work there, and then they try to sell their products and services. Same thing for you. You're doing the exact same thing. You're building a targeted list of companies who need your services from your business of one. You're also learning a lot about them and getting excited about them as an employer and what they do for work, so that when you talk about them and to them, they're going to see and feel that connection, trust you, respect you, and that's going to lead to those opportunities. And again, when they see all that from you, and then you get to the point that you have to talk about being let go, they're going to remember the person first who felt connected to them, who understands their mission. And it's going to be easier for them to overcome the fact that you have this blip on your work history. Okay? So start creating that bucket list. I suggest 10 companies. Follow the guidelines in the instructions that we gave you, and make sure that you dig deep and you find companies that not only need your skill sets, but you really admire and respect what they do, because that's going to help you when you start to interview.